Okay, so we are in lockdown. I know a lot of people are behaving like we're not in lockdown, but we are right now. So a lot of people during lockdown, the first lockdown right up until the present day, are finding new things to do that they've not usually got time for, whether that's baking, crafting, or exercise and looking after yourselves. A lot of people have rediscovered themselves, if you like. Some people have decided to start cooking more healthily. Some people have decided to take up yoga or some form of exercise. Some people have decided to try and work on their mental well-being as well. So some people just can't find, if you're like me, you just can't find the motivation to do any of that. You're much happier and more motivated to go and get a jam donut out the cupboard than sit and do any kind of exercise, which is awful. So if you are like me and one of those kind of people, let me introduce you to somebody who hopefully will be able to help you. Good morning, Craig Hunt.
Good morning, how are you?
I am excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about this. You are a coach, you're a lifestyle coach, you coach with exercise and mental well-being too?
That is correct, yeah.
Okay, how did it all start for you?
So for me, really, it came from my own unhappiness, really, in so many different areas of my life, not being happy with my body, not being happy with the way that I was feeling, and just taking a look at my life from a bigger angle and understanding that, you know what, this is not how I want to live anymore. So that really was the beginning for me, and making some real changes to just basically bite-sized chunks in making me a better person just on a daily basis in very small increments. And really from there on, the rest is history.
And it's not just body, it's mentally as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So really what that comes before anything, really. The way that our brains work, the way that we process our thoughts and our actions, that comes before the action itself. So what we have to do is we have to really make that decision in our head first. And before we can do that, we have to have strong enough reasons to influence that more than anything of why we want to do it and what we want to achieve and how, it comes down to the whole what, why and how method. So we need to understand what it is that you want to change, what it is that you don't want, or what it is that you do want, and then why it is that you want to do it, and then more importantly, how you're going to go about achieving those goals and intentions.
Because it's not just about losing weight, is it? You could be the slimmest person in the world but still be unhappy with yourself, and like you say, it's a mental mindset. You need a focus, you need all of those kind of things, and to recognise what it is that you want. A lot of people can go to the gym every day, but they still enjoy a cake when they get home, or fish and chips because I've been on the treadmill for 3 minutes, so I can do that. So a lot of that will come down to you need to think differently, I imagine.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's all down to balance more than anything. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there about how often you should train, how much you should do exercise, what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating. And the best answer to all of that is, and I get a lot of questions from this from my own clients, is you've got to find what is sustainable for you around your life and your lifestyle. We've all got different lives, we're all in different positions, and what we need to have something that is going to work for you, not just short term, but something that's going to work for you for the rest of your life, that still enables you to have a little bit of a treat here or there. But I call it controlled consumption more than anything, and there's a lot of different ways you can look at this, but having a good balance there where biggest majority of, say, your 7-day week is you're doing the right things, and then you've got some small little areas here and there where you can treat yourself and reward yourself more than anything. So it's all about controlled consumption.
So for you, you decided to go on this journey yourself, and then you thought to yourself, did you, actually, I'm really enjoying this, I could help somebody else do this? Is that how it started on this? Because you've got a huge coaching business of your own very now.
Absolutely, yeah. And for me, what it was stepping into the unknown was one of the best things that I did, because what it did then was, it was a little bit fearful at the beginning. I felt a little bit inconfident, but really the position I'm in today now it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And, I hear this a lot from people that do first get into exercising and living a healthier lifestyle. The rewards are just life-changing, and it's to the point where they are that great that you don't even want to look back. All you want to do is keep moving forward, because you don't want to live like that anymore that you used to. You want to be like, I want to live like this now, and what else is there for me out there?
That's right. Well, I'm just looking at some of your before and after pictures on your site right now, and those guys, male and female, their after picture, they just look so much more confident. They're smiling. Their skin's better. Everything just looks better, not just the weight loss.
Absolutely, and it's not just about the visual image, it's about how you feel inside, and I don't think that's asked enough about that these days in regards to, I want to lose weight or I want to build a little bit of muscle, but what I don't hear a lot of more than anything is how do you want to feel? And, you want energy, you want to wake up in the morning, you want to spring out of bed, you want to feel like you can achieve any task that is thrown at you for the day, whether it's at home or at work, and that really is the fundamental staple of what health is. Health is about being that best version of yourself every single day.
That's right, and we are on lockdown, like we said at the beginning, and a lot of people are probably thinking to themselves, "Oh, the gyms aren't open. I'm eating more rubbish food than I've ever eaten because we can't. It just makes us feel better. I want to look better. I want to feel better. I want to be more confident, and all those kind of things. But I just can't motivate myself to do that." What advice would you give to people who have got that thought process?
Yeah, so motivation really comes from a lack of understanding of what it is that you really want and really understanding what it is that you don't want anymore. And there's a very simple exercise that you can remind yourself to do every day. Is you could do something as simple as sticking up a Post-it note and writing on this Post-it note what you want to be or what you don't want to be anymore, so that it reminds you every single day, because there's going to be some days that you don't feel like it, and there's probably going to be more days than that. But those days that you don't feel like it, that is going to remind you, hang on a minute, I sat down and I wrote this, and this was coming from inside me, that I didn't want this anymore, and what you can do is resource motivation as well, because there's some great things you can get out there on the internet in regards to listening to some YouTube motivational audios, or getting some good music on to get yourself into the mood, really get the spark going, and you can also do these online training videos as well when you're going on YouTube as well. There's so many different elements out there that you can use. And what I would say more than anything to anybody that is lacking in motivation as well, they may be lacking in motivation because they've set themselves some targets and some goals that are just way too far out there. You want to go very simplistic and very realistic and achievable for now, something that is actually going to work for you right now, because a lot of people lose motivation because they're not seeing any results. And the key thing is that you don't want to be trying to, completely transform yourself in 1 week, because it's not going to work like that. It's about making those small improvements on a day-to-day basis, which then all add up to big changes in the long term.
And that's key, because a lot of people think they've got to go 100 miles an hour, they've got to train every morning, train every night. And some of the things that you do, you not only put workouts together, which is a minimum of 3 workouts a week, so you haven't got to be going hell for leather every single day. You also do diet plans, and it's all affordable. You're not saying you've got to go and eat quinoa for breakfast, dinner and tea. It's all foods that you can buy just at the normal supermarket when you go. You're not one of these people that say you've got to have this vitamin, that vitamin, you've got to spend a fortune to be able to do anything. But looking at your website, you make it affordable and achievable.
Absolutely, yeah, and we are all in different positions, and we've all got different goals, we've all got different things that we want to aim towards, and it goes back again to just asking yourself, what is my version of my best version of myself, and how can I take the right steps to get there? And again, it comes down to a balance ratio of say, for example, you've got a 7-day week, and 90% of your week you're not really doing the right things that you should be doing to be that best version of yourself. Well, if you can basically bring that down and bring it up in regards to the 80-20 rule, so if 80% of your week are doing the right things, and then 20% you're having a treat here and there, you're having a rest, then that's an amazing accomplishment, and you just want to be rebalancing those percentage figures out over the 7-day week.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get in touch with you, they want help, what can they expect when they contact you?
Well, they can expect a consultation, which will me be finding out information about themselves, about what their current life looks like, and more importantly, what they're not happy with and what they want to change. And then from then on, what I can do for them is have a discussion and offer them some really, really great new techniques and routines and methods that they can take forward with them to just make those simple changes. And what I'll do is have a good chat with them and really understand where they want to be, not just short term, but long term as well. And we don't just look at in regards to physical health. We look at the mental health, which is really important as well. And we'll be looking at things like sleep and hydration, and what their work life might look like, and any areas in their life that may be causing a resistance, because any resistance will have an effect on the mental and physical body.
And it doesn't have to be tasking, because you can work things in and around their interests and hobbies as well, like you said.
Absolutely, yeah. It all comes, like I said, we've all got different lives. Some people work, 7 days a week. Some people work 5 days a week. And, we have to find that thing that works around it so that we can enjoy ourselves as well. And, there's so many things to look at. Health does not just come from exercise and diet. It comes from things like creativity and learning things and actually allowing yourself to relax and actually look after your body. And there's so many different ways you can do this. The opportunities are endless, and it's a great field to explore.
And you don't kind of say, right, there's your plan, go away, do that, and that's it. You continue to support them throughout their journey, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Looking at reviews, check-ins as well, because they are going to slip up. You can't just say, right, there you go, brilliant, there you go, tick all the boxes and that'll be great. It doesn't work like that. You will slip up. You need to slip up in a way, because when you come to those barriers, you actually learn a lot when you slip down, and then I'm there to give the advice and the help to pick them back up. And it's one of those, you could look at it like you might feel like you're taking a step back, but you're actually always taking 2 steps forward, because you are progressing and learning and developing every single step of the way. And that's exactly what I am there to do, to pick them back up and say, come on, yeah, you can do this. Let's keep moving forward now. Let's look ahead. Let's not look back.
And sometimes you hear people talking about they hit a wall and they forget how far they've come from when they started, I imagine. And it's good, like you say, to remind them of their journey and where they were when you first got together to where they were when they feel they've hit that wall, to give them that motivation to carry on. You've got a great deal on at the minute, Craig. Blimey. By the looks of it. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So basically, I've decided to put together a deal which is basically an 8-week workout and diet plan, including some mindset strengthening exercises, all for £10, and a few more things as well with that. And the reason why I decided to bring this price so down is because people are struggling right now financially, and what I wanted to be able to give was just something out there that can help people, just even if they just take 1 or 2 little things from this package. Sometimes that's all it takes, just 1 or 2 little things to really get them going and spark that fire for them. So I wanted to design something that was affordable more than anything, because people are at home a lot more now, and they can choose home workouts. And then if the gyms do reopen, they can actually choose to have a gym workout instead of a home one. So just something that's affordable and realistic for them. So
once the gyms are open again, will you be able to support them during that time as well? It won't be a case of, right, your gyms are open, off you go.
No, absolutely. Once the gyms open, obviously we don't know what's going on when the gyms are going to open. We don't know how much longer we're going to be in this lockdown for, but this package is designed around whether we are in lockdown or whether we're not in lockdown. So it's something that can be used either at home or at the gym.
And Craig, it seems like you're not just helping people who are your clients, you're also helping the community as well. I'm looking at a picture right now of you donating a heater to Purton Manor.
Yeah, that was last week. So we decided to obviously go and find some unwanted objects from households where people had, just leftover things, or they had an extra one of these or that, and decided to take it down and donate down to Purton Manor, which is a great care home which focuses on individuals over the age of 50 who struggle with mental health. And as we all know, mental health is a really important topic these days. So yeah, we wanted to give something back as well. Well,
that's you are like a saint in the making, Craig. That's just it. Just shows that you've got a heart of gold, not just for helping the Joe blogs, if you like, on the street. You're also helping businesses too, and giving back, if you like, paying it forward and all of those things. And you just seem like a wonderful person. And the fact that you're not just like a lot of people are just PTs. You do the mental health well-being as well as everything else. It's like you say, it's a whole picture that people have to work on when you look at a person. And all kudos to you, Craig. It looks like you're doing a fabulous job. You're changing people's lives daily, and that's got to make you feel good in yourself.
It does, yeah, and that's the reason why I do this. This is a full-time job for me now, and there's nothing better than looking at, saying, what, it's great to just make a difference and just to put a smile on somebody else's face. And this is the great thing about this kind of work, is that this energy spreads. If you put a smile on one person's face, that person, you don't know who else that person is going to be in contact with for the rest of that day, and they could put a smile on somebody else's face, and then you've got that ripple effect then. So it's just about making the world a better place. I know it sounds cliche, but it is.
No, I'm laughing because I think you make somebody else smile by the sound of it in the background. Have you got a little dog there?
Yeah, she's going crazy. Do you know what? She's been so quiet all morning. I'm thinking, yeah, great. And then as soon as we started this, it's just like, yeah.
You must know that I'm a dog lover. And even that in itself, taking dogs for walks, is a form of exercise, which people forget too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the way that I look at it is there is actually 4 key elements to a day, like how you can approach your day. So you can kind of tick some of those bigger boxes, and the elements are a form of movement, body consumption, interest, learning and creativity, and then how you're going to relax and how you are going to look after your well-being. And I won't get too much into these, but just some ideas of movement is, like you said, taking your dog for a walk, going on a walk or a jog yourself. You could do some dancing, you should do some cooking, do some housework. You've got body consumption as well, which is obviously the bigger one, is looking at what are you putting inside of your body, what foods are you choosing, are you getting enough water in there, should you be bringing down your alcohol intake a little bit, and your interests and your learning, do you want to go on an online course or an online seminar? Is there any home DIY projects you would like to get into? Do you want to work on the shed in the back garden? Is there a room that you need to get some work on? Do you want to, start to learn to play a musical instrument or anything like that? It's something that that you find interesting. And the relaxation side of it as well, which is, can I have myself a nice hot long bath today and learn to relax a bit more, and take a nap, or make yourself a nice hot chocolate, or get into some meditation or some guided meditation. And there's so many different cornerstones of this, and I think if you hit just one of those little areas in your day will be a great day without fail.
Yeah, and that's it. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be it's got to be hot, I'm going to be sweating, I'm going to be out of breath, I'm going to be all of those, with all the negative side that we think about looking after ourselves. It can be fun and you can enjoy it, and see the benefits too. Well, Craig, I will share the link to your website, to your Facebook page on our socials for you, and just thank you for having the mind to help other people, as well as going on the journey that you went on yourself. It's been a joy to talk to you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.